I'm here with the great, no cat, B Alexis. I had the honor of executive producing her album. It's fucking genius. So that makes me feel proud. It makes me feel like I did my job, but that also makes me feel really, really, really proud of the work that you came with too. So like, I'm super fucking stoked about it. How do you feel about the album in general? Like, how do you feel about the whole process?
I'm really excited about the way it turned out. Like, I'm still kind of like, wow, because I didn't expect it to be that good either. So that kind of shocked me. But the process itself was kind of like grueling, but I enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed it even when I left yesterday, my last day recording. Like, I was like, dang, like I was already missing it.
Did you notice any change in your schedule or in your structure that kind of threw you off from recording, or was you able to was it anything normal?
No, not really. You know, 'cause by the time I got back to the building, like it was a wrap for the day anyway. So,
right.
Not really.
But you ain't have to go to work.
No. No.
What's your job in here?
I work in the chaplain's office. I'm a chaplain's clerk.
Oh, okay. So the guy that doesn't like me that much.
Is my boss. Doesn't like you either.
Give me your top two, because I don't want to bail you out by giving you too many choices.
Okay.
So give me your top two of out of the songs that you recorded. What's your top two?
Top two are Black Man and FTW.
Okay. Okay. I think my top two would be, probably at this point, Black Barbie. It give me just like a pop vibe. It does. And probably Bloodline. Like if I had to pick two.
Yeah.
Like I think those, like if I was trying to show you to somebody like, yo, she fucking dope, this, you know, this is new, I would probably play like Bloodline.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
like,
I would pick that one too to show somebody.
Yeah, I fucks with that
to get
song.
Somebody else. Yeah, that's definitely one that you can jump off to. Like what? You know, go in on.
No, that's some shit. Now, not when you wrote it, because you know we write for therapy and we write for purposes of just like expression. But when it was time to record it, or whenever you decided, when I do this album, it's going on there. Did you have any reservations about some of the things you were saying about? You know, because you was naming names, you was naming roles. I mean, I do have the lyrics. I could pull them up right now. I can give you like, you know, an excerpt. But did you have any like reservations about putting that out there?
Well, to be real, I didn't until the day before we started recording, and that's only because, okay, so my little brother passed on the 11th, which was the day before y'all came. So I ended up getting back in touch with my family at that point. So at that point, when I came in with the song, I was already questioning, because I'm like, dang, do I really want to say all this? And not everybody, you know, when people like pass, it's like not everybody family united again, you know.
Right.
But then I just made up my mind, like, at the end of the day, this situation doesn't change the fact that, you know, y'all weren't here before, and you're probably not going to be here after this passes either, you know. So this is what it is. This is the truth, you know. But I did think about it like, dang, later on, they might be saying something, you know, whatever, because who's to say that things don't get right now, you know. Right. But, so yeah, I did have some reservations, but when I wrote it, I didn't, you know, and like I said, up until then, I didn't either.
Because you recorded it like you ain't give a fuck. No, seriously, like, you recorded that shit like, I don't give a fuck. You was like, hold on, I got some other shit I want to say. You was like, yeah, I'm airing this shit out. I can't remember what you was saying.
No, you might be beefing now when they come out. Now you might be beefing for real. They be like, hold up.
So, like, how have you been able to navigate not having your family support you, or not maybe all of them, but ones that you would expect? How are you able to deal with that? Are you just angry about it? Are you resigned to it? Is there no... Because I know you was probably angry about it when you wrote that record, but after a while, after some years, there's a range of emotion that you go through when you realize who there and who not.
Yeah.
So what stage are you at in accepting the fact that a lot of your family is not like supporting and rocking with you?
Like at the most part, I'm good. I'm fine with it. But you know, every now and then you do get into those spells where you start thinking about things. You're like, dang, my family should have been here right now. You know, because I didn't write that song like years ago. I wrote that song probably like a couple months ago. Okay. So I was just in a period where that's where I was feeling that I was going through a lot of things, and I just felt like my family should be here to support me now. And so that came about from that, you know.
Right.
Calling my daddy, blowing up his phone, he not answering. It's not, he got minutes, won't answer the phone, you know, just stuff like that. You know, mama won't answer, nobody is available, don't got nobody numbers, you know. And it's like, when I needed them, I expect them to be there, you know. Because I feel like when I was out, I was there for y'all, you know. So.
Absolutely. So how old were you when you came to prison?
I was 17.
So you were 17.
2 weeks after my 17th birthday.
Okay.
Got my charge.
So you got charged as an adult, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And you got sentenced to 30 years. So at 17, getting sentenced to 30 years, like, what's going through your mind? How does that feel?
Really, like, 17, I didn't give a fuck. Like, it was like, whatever, you know. I mean, I really had a reckless attitude. It was like, it is what it is, you know. I didn't have respect for life, my life or anybody else's. So it wasn't until years later that I really developed what I say is a conscience, you know, or to where I did become concerned about my actions and how they affected other people, because at that time I did. So it just made me number, you know, like
callous, like ready for
whatever. You know?
Right, because you know what you face.
What else is there to lose at this point, you know?
How were you able at 17, not you now, but at 17, how were you able to distract, or from 17 to 21, how were you able to stay away from those types of distractions and not fall into family roles? Oh, mom, and oh, brother, and oh, dad, and then you wives, and then you get married in the yard and all. I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works in here.
Okay.
That's how it works in here.
Right.
Well, I mean, my first 2 years I spent in lockdown anyway, so I wasn't able to come in contact with people. So then when I did hit the yard, I went straight into bulldagging. So I did that for like
that too?
Yeah, I
call it that too.
I did that for like 3 years, and then it was like, this is not me. Like, I'm not gay, which, don't get me wrong, I had some hits then. You know, it's far and in between. Like years in between. But I just don't indulge, because I know, like, that's not who I am, you know. So for me, I don't see the purpose, you know, and I'm not into playing with anybody's feelings, so I'm not gonna have you thinking that I want to be with you or whatever, because the fact is, like, I would never take a woman home and introduce her to my son, you know. So at that point, I know there's no point in me dealing with women if I'm not willing to go that route with you anyway. Like, I wouldn't be seen with you in the street, you know. So, you know, a lot of people are gay for the stay. I'm not gay for the stay. I ain't none of that. I rather.
You just need some head every now and then.
And even then. So I relapsed one time. And it wasn't worth it, so I might not relapse again. It was like, damn, I went all them years. All right. For this. And then too, like, the yards are small, so I'm not into, like, sleeping around with everybody. It's like everybody basically messing with everybody. I've been around the yard twice. I'm not into that either.
Yes.
So it's
that's
like,
the nasty part.
Yeah, it's like, y'all's nasty for me.
Right.
So if I do catch somebody, it's somebody that's coming through who I gotta watch, and I know you ain't slept with everybody since you can't, you know. So
and then you just get the head and then just
but the thing is, after I get you know, I regret it. So it's like, again, that's a situation where I don't like myself in that situation. You know, my homegirls would be like, Brittany, I don't know how you do it. It's just like, I don't want to deal with me wishing that I hadn't did it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's, or me looking at somebody like, why the hell did I do that? You know, like, I don't want to go through all of that. Right. So why I just avoid it? You know,
the conviction of it is just too much in your spirit.
Yeah, you know. So
I feel that. So it's that hard for women to stay by themselves, and just like, why do you think that is? Like,
I think it's just a coping mechanism. It's like, either you bulldagging, you on psych meds, or you have religion. It's like, or it's one of the three, or either you on drugs, you know. But there have been a couple women that I can say that actually may have found love. For the most part, it's misplaced emotion, because you can't be in love with me this month, and the next month you with another chick and you love her, and the next month you with another chick and you love another chick and you love her. Like, it doesn't work like that, you know. So there's something going on in your psyche that you haven't come to terms with, because you wouldn't be giving your love to so many people like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a need. I feel like a lot of women are needy too, you know. Like, and you don't have that fulfillment. And a lot of times, for most of the part, they're looking for a man to replace them, because most women that come here are not even gay,
Right.
you know. So it's like then when they get out there, they're still not gay,
Right.
you know. So there's a small percentage that are actually genuine lesbians or genuinely into that, you know what I'm saying. So another reason why I know it's just a coping mechanism. It's just this is what's gonna get me through this time, because I'm scared to do it by myself, and this is the only way I know how to do it, you know. So
in the song Black Man, you talk about how like you really feel like, I don't want to misquote or misword what your message is, but to me, what I took from it is your message is that sometimes black men forget that, you know, us as black women support them, love them, appreciate them, you know, and this was just a reinforcement. You wanted to reinforce that love and that support. And so here's the critique I have of that song, and it's one of my favorites, so I'm not really critiquing it. But I do have a little critique, because I feel like you didn't hold them responsible at all. It was the perfect song to have the conversation both ways without, you know, because it's a song trying to praise them, so you don't want to tear them down, but you could also let them know, you know, like, y'all got some work to do too, because like you said, the visitor rooms are tumbleweeds in women's prisons.
yeah, I mean, I agree that, well, at least as far as within the prison system, we don't get as much support as men do. Like, men's visitation rooms are flooded with women,
and
whereas our, you know, men don't stick around with us.
They don't.
You know, if you married when you come in here, you're not gonna stay married.
Right.
That's just the fact. You know, only people that I have seen stay married were like military couples, because that's just because they were trained to be disciplined. You know, but for the most part, that doesn't last. But as far as like
a man can get married to a bitch he don't even know.
Yeah,
and they will get married and she will rock the whole time.
Yeah, you know, so
yeah, right.
But that's not the situation with us, you know. As far as men seeking out like other races of women, the thing is, like, I see women doing that a lot now too, you know. Maybe that's just down here, but a lot of women are seeking out men of different races now. So it's not like, to me, it's coming from both ends now. It's not the same thing, and I feel like that's part of what the Black Man song is about too, is bringing it back to, you can go get a white man, white woman, whatever, but it's not going to be the same as you having a black woman, because it's true, like, a white woman could never appreciate your struggles the way that a black woman could. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing for me. Like, you will never understand what I'm going through as a black person in America, because you're not my skin tone, you know. And even though we say race ain't this and then, that's fine. Like, race ain't everything. But yeah, you know, there's going to be certain aspects of my life that you cannot relate to me on. That there's going to be certain hurts and that are embedded in me that you won't understand, because you're not who you haven't come from my culture. You're not my color, you know. So Good to Me, I actually wrote for my homegirl Courtney, just because she was about to take part in this domestic violence program. I didn't know her story. I've been dealing with her for a while, but I'm not really into asking people like, what you in here for, what's going on, whatever. So she just wanted, I'm a writer, so she wanted me to critique her, what she had written or whatever. And when I read it, it just touched me. I was like, you know, it's crazy. She's like this all-American girl, and this is not where anybody expected her to be, but just because a nigga was out there cheating on her and doing whatever, she flipped, you know. So that was basically the result of that. And I thought about, like, dang, like, your whole life, which I'm kind of in here for a minute, but it was just different with me, you know. Like, I really was a product of my environment. Like I said, she was an all-American girl. She had it all going for her. So like, nobody would ever expect that. She was working at a bank, you know. Nobody would have expected that from her, and it happened. So it goes to, like, it can happen to any of us. Like, a band will make you lose your mind, like, it'll make you snap on them, you know. Your passions get out of the way, and next thing you know, you're flipping because you've given your all to somebody, you know, just because somebody won't be faithful to you, you know. So
yeah, so you wrote that based off of somebody else's like situation.
I mean, but I could relate, you know. We all can relate to that, you know, if you've been in a relationship. So
there's one more other song that I wanted to touch on with you, and that's Barbie Tragedy. Actually, no, it's two. Fight to Live, one of my favorites. Dirty jeans splitting seams, so I had to staple up. Baby girl living off a burger and a buck. Stomach grinding while she waiting on a trick to pick her up. The spot right up the street, you gonna suck or you gonna fuck. Or will I have somewhere to go whenever I get up? I want my cash up front, but I don't think I'm fine enough. That line right there, I want my cash up front, but I don't think I'm fine enough. So I'm gambling on my pussy. Will this nigga leave me stuck? Will he throw me back a 20, tell me he ain't get a nut? If I ask him for a 50, will he say I'm out of luck? Seem like even when my legs closed, I'm still getting fucked. And this is like, to me, this is like one of the highlights in the album. I don't know why.
That's me right there. That is like, every line of that is true. Like, I went through that. I thought that at the time. Like, it's actually common, you know, for a female. That's just for me being around other females I know. Like, you do question that, because you can think, it has a lot to do with self-esteem when you trying to finesse a nigga anyway, you know, because if you ain't got the confidence, it's not gonna happen anyway, you know, because he gonna want to get on you, because niggas really don't want to pay for no pussy anyhow, you know what I'm saying? They really don't want to pay for nothing, you know. So if you come across as, it's different when you coming across as this, when you are this wholesome girl. But when you this chick that's out there, you can't just expect a nigga to just throw his bread like that, you know what I'm saying? So you have to come with confidence on that. At the time, I know for me personally, and some of my homegirls, it's like, maybe in my mind, the prettier girls could get more money than me. I realized later on that it wasn't about whether you was prettier than me or not once I got my swag up. You know, it wasn't about that. It was about how I ran this game on you, you know, but at the time, like, I didn't know that. So a lot of niggas was getting, a lot of niggas was getting pussy for free, you know, because they was handling me and I didn't realize, like, I could handle them. You know, I could switch it around on them, you know, so.
Barbie's tragedy. I love this. I love how you, like, took the Barbie, you know, concept and, like, why you do that to Ken though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why Ken get drug in this shit? Like,
well, really, that was a reference to, you know, Ken's balls really are like his penis is stuck, like, his penis is stuck because it's for children.
Yes. I just his penis is stuck.
So I just,
but you didn't have to put him out there like that.
Because if everybody talking about, that's like, okay, if you the talk of the town, everybody talking about you. Of course, they talking about your man too. Probably talking about your kids and everything.
That's true.
So you know,
that's true. That's true. Yeah, I fucked.
They taking shots at whoever they can take shots at.
Right. I will say that I'm really proud of the album. I'm really praying that it gets the exposure that it needs or the validation, because it's really a beautiful album and it's a beautiful piece of work. Your songs have a meaning that is needed in the moment, like right now. Your issues are like dire issues that need to be addressed, but you're not addressing it by preaching. You're just like talking, like you're just talking to niggas, and I think that that's what make it special. So I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they get where it need to go, and they get the ears on it that need to get the ears on it. And I just have no doubt in my mind that, I don't know, something going to happen. Something going to happen. But when it happened, you know what I'm saying? You got to remember, I was around. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember all those little adjustments and all that. You know what I mean? So what do you think about my producer that I had come, Trap, and how he brought to the album?
He was great. No, serious, because like whatever I said I wanted, we was already pretty much on that same page, or he could fit it in. You know, I didn't have to say but a word or two, and he was on. You know, so and things pretty much came out. Like my favorite beat, I think, is Good to Me. Like I really like that beat more. You know, because I guess because I'm into like jazz and blues and stuff, but it's like everything I wanted, he gave me. So, and I feel like overall, like the beat conveyed exactly what I wanted it to convey, and it meshed well with my music. So. Right.
And who got on your nerves like the most through this whole trip? Out of
Joe, Trap did. Lord knows, Trap did.
So Trap was the most annoying. All right, so thank God, because I usually get that crown. This time I don't get to wear that crown, so I'm great. That's good. So, you know, that's wonderful. Fury was Fury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fury was busy furying. Doc was just
docking.
Yeah, Doc was probably the meanest just in his head. You know what I mean?
Doc was saying.
Just not out loud.
Then you look over, he's like, yeah, you got everything? You got everything?
Hey, you ready?
You ready? Ready to go.
That's a fact. But it was like a really, really great experience, and like, you know, I hope that you can like really understand what this is about and understand how important this album is. That's the word. That's what I mean. It's just, your album is like way more important than mine. Like, that's the word. It's just more important, and the shit needs to be said from the standpoint, from your circumstances. Like, it's just amazing how it's gonna turn out, how it's gonna sound, coming from where it's coming from. Like, it's just a more important thing, you know. Like, so I hope that, you know, everything works out, we can get it clear and we can get it out here, and anything that you want to say to like anybody that's just meeting you for the first time, you know. I mean, people want to watch this. So, you know, they want to watch this. So, you know, you can say it now. But I'm done. I just wanted to, you know, take some time to talk with you about the album. And thank you very much for letting me be a part of it. I appreciate it.
If I would say anything, I'm kind of intrigued by you saying this is an album about hope. And, like, when I think about it, most of these songs were written when I was in a spell, and I always I've just had to learn to encourage myself. So I guess that's why they always end on that note or begin on that note or whatever. It's like, because I was coming up with what, even as I write, I'm thinking like, it's okay, it's going to be okay, I'm going to get through this, you know. So if I had anything to say, it would just be, so when it seems like all hope is gone, you know, you can always pull something from inside of yourself to keep moving forward. You can always find that courage and that strength. You know, when you feel like you're alone, sometimes having yourself is enough. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna always have somebody to pat you on the back and say it's gonna be okay, or somebody to say, hey, I'm gonna walk this road with you. You know, so when you're in that place, then what do you do? Right. So.